A new brand to the channel from Korea, ORIJIN Boxing. Hello and welcome to Fit to Box channel. I'm Coach Simon, and here on Fit to Box channel I bring you all things boxing equipment. Today is the turn of a new brand, ORIJIN Boxing from Korea, and as I bring that round you can have a look. These in the black and the silver, but they also come in a black and a gold. And as I bring that round you'll also see that although these are a lace glove, there is a flattened track on the rear of the wrist, and they do come with ORIJIN Boxing lace converters as well. So I will cover off how that works and how I see it in terms of improvements going forward. So I see these gloves very much as they are a lace-up glove, but they come with converters, so you can have sort of the best of both worlds. If you need more convenience, you can use their converters to put this into a Velcro glove. So these gloves, as I bring that round, they are a leather glove, and every part of this glove is leather. Okay, so none of the piping is sort of not leather, it's all leather. Bring around these particular gloves, a 16 ounce. And then the big feature of them really is normally where you would get 3 lumps at the back. They have flattened the middle one down so that when you have got the converter on them, that it sits in that groove and it is flat, so there's no sort of raise where the converter is. So if you've got any gloves that have got the 3 bumps, if you put a converter on, obviously that goes a bit higher because it's padded out. And these at ORIJIN Boxing, what they've done is they've created that groove to stop that from happening and make it better for sparring in that wrist area. So when it comes to the price, the conversion on these from Korean currency is the RRP is £145. They've got a current sale on there about £99, but I am going to sort of score them at the 145 RRP. You'd have to pay shipping and customs as well. These gloves are actually called the O1, and the lace converter is actually called the N1. So let's just have a little look at that lace converter. You can see there you've got the Velcro, you've got the hole where the laces go, and then you've got ORIJIN Boxing and that like lip thing at the end there just to grab onto. And if I turn that round you can see the other side as well, how I've sort of tied it there, and then the Velcro and then the pull right at the end as well. So as I say, you do get with these, you could use them as lace-up gloves without the converter, or you could use them with the converter and then obviously take advantage of that sort of design feature at the rear there where the Velcro converter will just lay onto there, and you do them up like a normal lace and loop lace converter type glove. So let's have a look at the knuckle. The knuckle there is a medium to firm knuckle, and in there is a multi-layer foam with EVA and latex. As I bring that round for the thumb, you can see the thumb shape. You can also see at the end, in the correct place, a thick leather thumb attachment, and on that thumb there is also, as I try and bring that round, there's also 4 holes there. You can't see them, some of them are going backwards, but there's 4 holes on that thumb. Then as we come round, we've got that wrist. You've got ORIJIN Boxing at the top, but you've also got on the lace converter, you've also got ORIJIN Boxing there as well. At the front you've got 16 ounce. And then let's have a look at the face of the glove. So you can see there is no holes on the face of the glove, you have got a grip bar, which is a soft grip bar there. You've also got padding, rectangular padding there, all the way to there, and also from that side to there. As I undo the lace converter, they've also got Origin boxing there, spelt with a J, not with a G. And then you can also see the laces that they've used as well. So the laces are a round lace. Also, the laces, as you can see, are not very long. So again, I will come on to what I think about that. Let's have a look at the stitching. So the stitching on the glove, it's all right. It's all right. There's sometimes by the beading, it's a little rough by the beading. If I can just pick that up on the camera, sort of in this area here. And but the rest of the glove is solidly built, as I say, with a good standard of leather, and as you can see, that area there and how it is stitched also. And then let's go on to the lining. The lining is quite a thin lining there. I definitely think that that may go before the actual outside leather, and also is a little bit movable in there, which I will cover off during the comfort section. Okay, so first up to the scales, as I say there, 16 ounce on the bottom, and then we go down there and you can see 16.9. That is of course with the lace converter on, so that will add a little bit of weight, but these are being judged as Velcro because of that. So that I've weighed that at 16.5, but that is without the lace converter on the scale. And then if I bring the lace converter and put that on the scale as well, then that then takes it to 17.1 with the lace converter. They come with an Origin bag to keep them in, and let's just put them on and show you the comfort. Put the first one on. Okay, and the first thing as I put them on, the first thing that I feel is the inner lining almost sort of a little bit too baggy in this type of area here, and also I can move it backwards and forwards, side to side in there. So to me, that's going to sort of gather. That will also, I think, get worse with use because it's already, just from the testing period, it's already quite baggy. So again, as I'm sort of moving my fingers around on the inside, the lining is getting in between my knuckles and I'm having to free that. So if you're sparring and you're having to free your knuckles from the inside lining, that's a bit distracting and not the best. Now, this particular one, I've done two different ways with the lace converter. So this particular one, I've done the normal way, which is you tie it round and then pull it. The only thing I would say is, yeah, I think it is a decent wrist support, but as you can see from once my arm's in there, the Origin boxing is sort of on the side. It's not flush at the back, so you've not got Origin boxing and then obviously the converter reading there. So if you've got OCD and that sort of thing would drive you nuts, then I could really understand that, because aesthetically it looks better when the Origin boxing slips nicely and reads right in the middle there. So in terms of the actual comfort, the finger pads is not too bad. That seems okay. The real problem for me is as I open the glove, the rear of those finger knuckles there, the first finger knuckles, the fingernails and the cuticles, that lining means that there's a bit of rubbing going on. So it could be more comfortable in that area. Also, it's quite a roomy glove inside, even when you've got hand wraps on. So there's that movement, plus obviously the movement of the lining, that again is not helping when it comes to the comfort of these gloves. The punch surface is good, really does protect. The thumb is tucked in and is nice. My thumb's right at the end of that, but I wouldn't say it's too uncomfortable. It's more that sort of area, sort of here, that I would say is the most uncomfortable part. The second glove, I have gone with a different arrangement when it comes to the lace converter, and I'll come on to that later. That is the Enrico Suave system, which many of you who have followed his channel will know about, and I'll come on to that. But I have done a little bit different because I wanted to see whether or not these gloves would benefit from that. So let me just put this one on as well. Again, as soon as I put my hand in there, it is the lining that straight away strikes me that it is a little bit baggy, and it just almost feels a little bit just loose around those finger knuckles. And then of course you sort of bring the actual converter round with the system that I've used there. See, that one is actually better than that one in terms of aesthetics, because I've been able to sort of bring it round and it just sits a little bit nicer. So as you can see there, so aesthetically with the writing looks better there. Again, when it comes to opening the hand, you can open the hand, but again, look at you can't open them really that fully, so it's a bit of an effort. And as you're doing that effort, because the lining is sort of moving as well, my finger knuckles are getting a little bit entangled with that inner lining. So that's something that definitely will reduce the durability of these gloves, because I think that's the first area of these gloves that will go down. But also what I think is, in terms of comfort, that it would be much better if that lining didn't do that. So sparring, if you was using these as sparring glove and you was using them as a lace glove, then I would say definitely the original laces that you get are not long enough. If you didn't use the lace converter, that those laces are not long enough to get a decent coverage around the back of these bumps. Okay, so the whole idea with a lace-up glove, if you're going to have bumps on the rear, is the laces are long enough that you can track, and track again to get a really good, secure wrist at the back. So as a lace glove, with those bumps, I think that those laces are too short. Now, if you're going to use them as a Velcro glove, as in with the lace converter, then yeah, you can use that channel, you can bring them round, and yeah, you can get a decent fit when it comes to the wrist support. Sparring, of course, as you're sort of catching the shots, my fingers are already moving so that you lose the finger end. Also, those comfort issues that are going on, it's almost like this part of the glove, the thumb is fine, the face of the glove is fine, the wrist of the glove is fine, but it really is sort of this area here and the front of those knuckles where it's being let down. If you was using these on the bag, you've got good punch surface, and I do rate these slightly better on the bag than in sparring, just because on the bag you haven't got to open your hands as much, and because you're not opening your hands as much, you're not experiencing that loose bagginess in the lining as much. So these are going to go into the Fixer Box middleweight Velcro price division. So let me just put that on the screen. So this is the price division for 101 English pounds to 200 English pounds, or 121 US dollars to 250 US dollars. That's the price range of the gloves in this price division. So you've got there, it is a Korean glove company, and these are made in Pakistan, as many gloves are. Style 94, I've definitely given them an extra point because they've tried to do something different in that wrist area. Comfort 91, I've discussed the comfort issues, especially around the lining. Durability 94, I do think it's a well-made glove. I also think that the leather they've used is very good. I probably would have scored a little bit higher if that lining would have been better. Sparring 92, again, the comfort issues and the lining getting tangled into the fingers and the finger knuckles, that's suppressed that score. Bag slightly higher at 93. Value for money 93. That is at the recommended retail price of 145 UK pounds. I know they've got a sale on and it converts to about 99 UK pounds, but the bottom line is their RRP is 145, and for that there is many gloves out there a similar type of standard to this glove. So this is 92.8, and that is no fit to box stars. It does come out as a good glove, and there's, as you know, there is many good gloves out there. There's like a big huge pack of good gloves, and those 1-star, they're very good. The 2-star, great. 3-star, excellent. 4-star, outstanding. And 5-star, the best. When it comes to the fit to box stars, those are the gloves and the brands that are leaving that pack, that they've broke away from that big pack of good boxing gloves, of which this glove, in my opinion, sits in there at 92.8. So let me just get on screen the fit to box report card. We've got, I think they've gone for quite an innovation when it comes to that wrist. They've tried to incorporate something that would help the lace converter. It also comes with lace converters as well as a bag, so that's good. And the wrist allows converters to sink into the actual wrist, so you haven't got that sort of big lump on top of some padding, the converter on top of the padding. So I see what they've tried to do. They come in black and silver and also black and gold. They're full leather. They are also on weight. Obviously comfort issues with some rubbing going on. We've got a thin lining, you've got excess lining, and also I do think if you're going to use them as lace gloves, then the laces on them are too short. I mean, I did try to do the Enrique Suave system. I did try to do that with the laces that they provided, which was the black laces. Unfortunately, the black laces that they provided are not only too short, but they're also a bit too thick, and so I struggled to get them through the hole on the converter. So I had to get some longer, thinner laces to even achieve that. But I definitely think that that is something that Origin Boxing need to think about, because especially if they've gone to all the trouble there of doing that, they're supplying the actual converters. If they could do something with that system, I think that that would benefit them. So I think it's a nice idea with the cuff. It's just not finished, in my opinion. I really do think that there is something that they could do with that system of lacing, definitely, that could enhance what they're trying to do. I think when it's just done normally like that, it's not really providing that much of an advantage over a Velcro glove or even a lace glove. So what you get is you're not getting a better version of a lace glove, and you're also not getting a better version of a Velcro glove. So they've sort of missed the target when it comes to what they're trying to do with that. That's not to say that with a little bit of more thought and a different technique, like the Enrique Suave lace method, I reckon that they could do something really good with that. They'd have to have longer laces firstly, and thinner laces, and perhaps even have a bigger hole on the lace converter. But yeah, that is my sort of final take. 92.8, good gloves with the potential to be even better. At the end of the day, also, you do get the bag, you do get the converters, so that, again, you've got to take that into consideration when the value for money, because not only are you getting the gloves, but you're also getting converters which you would have to buy separately. And it's always nice, I think, when they supply a bag. So I hope you enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe to Fit to Box channel, and I shall speak to you soon.